Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. And everyone here also. Yes. All of you out there in Cyberland. Hari Bol. Who do we have here? Let's see. Dhamma.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, yes.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
よろしくお願いします。
All right. Oh, something's going on here. All right, let's just get rid of that. Hare Krishna. So, Haribol. Hare Krishna. I'm so happy to be here amongst you all. This is a great treat. My wife and I are now, well, we've been married for now almost 43 years.
今日こうして皆さんと一緒にいられることをとても幸せに感じています。私は妻と結婚してほぼ43年ぐらいになります。
Hare Krishna. It is all due to her tolerance and patience. So everything, Mataji gets all credit.
で、ここまで長年こう連れ去ってくれたのは、すべて私のその妻のもう忍耐、強さによるものであります。すべての何ですか。
Anyway, now that we are in the Vanaprastha stage of life, we have been traveling more.
で、私たちはもうバーナプラスタの時代に入ってきたので、もっと旅をするようになりました。
And it is very inspiring.
で、これ非常に啓発されることです。
To visit the devotees in various different countries.
で、さまざまな国の献身者のもとに訪れるというのは非常に啓発されることです。
So, on our return from the USA, because we spend half our time in the New York temple trying to serve Radha Govinda.
で、この後、ニューヨークのテンプルに行って、ラーダ・ゴービンダにお仕えしたいと思っています。
We stopped for a week in Istanbul, Turkey.
トルコのイスコン
Istanbul, Turkey.
イスタンブールの、トルコのイスタンブールのイスコン。
Well, there is ISKCON in Istanbul, although they don't call it ISKCON because of the culture. They call Gauranga Yoga and something like that.
その、何ですか、こう社会的な背景があって、そのイスコンっていうのを伏せて、ゴーランガなんとか、なんかヨガセンターとかそんな名前で、歌っています。
But they have a very growing community of Vaishnavas. We participated in 2-3 programs with the Vaishnavas there, and 60-70 devotees were present, and guests as well.
で、そこでは70人、60人、70人ぐらいのディボーティーが来て、3つぐらいのプログラムに参加しました。
And now here we are in Tokyo.
そして、ここ東京に今来ています。
And we're getting to see how Krishna consciousness is being accepted, embraced by the people of Japan as well.
で、日本人の人たちがどのようにそのクリシュナ意識を受け入れているのかということを見たいと思います。
Tonight, we thought that we might speak a little bit about the keys to successful devotional community.
で、今日お話しするテーマは、コミュニティとして、いかに成功するかというその鍵となるものとは何なのかについてお話したいと思います。
The 7 purposes of our society.
で、イスコンには7つの目標というのがあります。
I'm not sure which. I think they're up there on the board, right? So I think it's number 4. I'm not sure. To bring the members closer together with each other.
で、4番目の目標だったと思いますけど、メンバーが親密に、より、親密に、メンバーがより親密に、
I have been trying, I need to make, I've memorized the first one. To systematically propagate spiritual knowledge to society at large, and to educate all people in the techniques of spiritual life, in order to correct the imbalance of values in life and to achieve real unity and peace in the world. Peace and unity.
イスコンのそもそものイスコンの社会的その目的、になっているのが一番最初の目標で、それはこの社会に、精神的なテクノロジーのその技術を教えることで、その仏心のその価値観をそのバランスを図ると、それによって世界の平和と繁栄を実現するというのがイスコンの目的宣言文となっています。
But the third purpose,
で、3番目が
to bring the members of the society together with each other and nearer to Krishna.
で、3番目の目的っていうのは、いやメンバーが、一つとなって、メンバーがクリシュナの一部分として、よりクリシュナにこう、近づけるように、すると。
By the way, this was a service that I was very involved in, his 50th anniversary. Nearer to Krishna, the prime entity, thus developing the idea within the members, right? And humanity at large.
で、イスコンのメンバーと、そして、広くはその世界人類すべてに
that each soul
で、
is part and parcel
クリシュナの
of the quality of Godhead, Krishna. So this purpose and the sixth purpose, to bring the members closer together for the purpose of teaching a simpler, more natural way of life.
で、クリシュナの一部分体っていうその、哲学に基づいてみんなをクリシュナ中心にユナイトする。で、そして6番目がメンバーがですね、イスコンメンバーがそのより自然な。
So my first question to all of
仕方を
is,
学ぶと。
are you all members of ISKCON?
で、皆さんにお聞きしたいと。皆さん、イスカンのメンバーですか？
Are you a member of ISKCON? Raise your hand if you're a member of ISKCON.
手を挙げてください。
Ah, here's the problem. Okay. You're a member of ISKCON. Okay. You know that you're a member of ISKCON. All right. You're a member of ISKCON? You're a member of ISKCON? Are you a member of ISKCON?
I
You
don't
think
know
so?
if I'm a member or not. Because
One of the problems in our society today is we don't fully understand what it means to be a member of ISKCON.
Yes, I want to know that.
Who's a member of
この今の
ISKCON?
問題は何かって、そのメンバーっていう意味、その定義が分かってない。誰がメンバーなのか。
One of my services is to try to help educate the members of ISKCON about what it is to be a member of ISKCON.
で、イスコンのメンバーとは何なのかっていうことを教えることが、まあ、私のその、
And I request all of you to please go to our website, ISKCON Connection, ISKCONconnection.org. Okay, ISKCONconnection.org. There you can not only.
Prabhuji, I'm sorry. Could you give the space for some time for the translate? More?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Otherwise, only Japanese.
Yes, I'm sorry. So where did I stop?
Which website you said? Could you repeat again?
ISKCON, ISKCON, Connection, CONNECTION.org.
というそのサイトをチェックしてください。
Someone can type it in the chat box. For the Zoom.
Prabhuji, is it all small letters or capital?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
イスコンコネクションっていうサイトだそうです。
ISKCONconnection.org. ISKCON Connection. So there you can register and you can read the basic, very simple description of what it is to be a member of ISKCON.
で、そこに登録すると、そのイスコンメンバーとはっていう、非常に分かりやすい定義があります。
Membership in ISKCON is really, really simple. It's an individual, basic affirmation that a person says, I want to be a member of ISKCON. First qualification.
最初のメンバーの資格っていうのは、イスコンのメンバーになりたいっていう、そういう望み。
Number two, I accept the teachings of Krishna
で、2
as presented by Srila Prabhupada.
番目は、プラブパーダをクリシュナの代表者として、クリシュナの教えを受け入れますという、それに同意することです。
And number three,
3番目は、
I wish to practically support the mission of ISKCON.
で、私はイスコンの使命に対して実際的に、貢献しますという約束をする。
That's it.
以上です。
So now again, who's a member of ISKCON?
で、誰がメンバー、
Okay.
でしょうか。
But to be a member, a general member of ISKCON is just the beginning. Because what does Srila Prabhupada speak about here?
で、
He
メンバー
speaks
になる
about,
っていう
yeah, go ahead, sorry.
メンバーになるっていうのが始まりです。
So he says that the purpose of ISKCON is in basically three directions.
で、イスコンの目的は基本的に3つの方向性がある。
First, we have our mission to the world.
一つは世界に対する使命。
We have a mission to educate people.
で、人々を教育するという使命。
We also have, as you can see here, we have a mission to establish certain things like places of transcendental pastimes and publishing books.
で、また、超越的なパスタイム、そして、書籍の出版です。
But the third purpose is to bring us closer together.
で、3番目が、
Create community amongst us within our big society.
で、その大きな社会の中に、みんなを、メンバーをコミュニティに招くと。
This is a core purpose of our society, is to bring us closer together with each other.
で、一人一人がもっと親密に、近づいて、で、人々をそこに招くと。
And again, for bringing us together for two primary purposes.
で、そこには2つの主要な目的があります。
To increase our Krishna consciousness.
で、私たちの一人一人のクリシュナ意識を増やすこと。
And to enable us to live more simply and naturally.
で、もっと質素に、シンプルに、自然な生き方を実践することです。
The first purpose is most important.
最初の目的が最も重要です。
How Prabhupada puts it. Developing the idea within the members. First he says, together with each other and nearer to Krishna.
で、クリシュナに、みんなを近づけると。
We need community
そのためにコミュニティが必要
to
です。
help us come close to Krishna.
で、クリシュナにみんなが、近づくための手助けをするということです。
We need community to develop, as Prabhupada says here, our awareness, the idea, Prabhupada, the idea that we are all the same, all parts and parcels of Krishna, all of us,
で、ここに主要
regardless of our externals.
で、ここに主要な目的が考えがあります。それは私たちはクリシュナの一部分、みんながクリシュナの一部分体だという、そういう考え方です。その考えに基づいて、みんなが一部分体として、クリシュナに近づくと。
In this room and on this screen, we have jivas in the bodies of men and women.
で、私たちはジーバとして、女性と男性の体の中に、住んでいます。
Japanese born, Czech born, India born, Australia born, USA born.
というふうに、
I don't know out there.
日本とかアメリカとかチェコとかインドとか、の体とか。
Little young, yeah, little old. Different ages, different sizes, different colors and nationalities and genders and so many differences.
さまざまな違いがあります。体の大きさの違い、人種の違い、さまざまな違いがあります。
And yet there is one prime characteristic that we all have, and we all know it. We are all fundamentally the same. We're all parts of Krishna.
で、でも、主要な、みんながその違いを超えて、共有できる一つの、その立場があります。それは、クリシュナの一部だということです。
So to help us realize this, to truly realize and experience our identities as spiritual beings, we must come closer together on this basis.
で、私たちがその、より、親密に近づくには、この基本的な考えをベースにしなければなりません。
So the first fundamental key to devotional community is the foundation of spiritual equality.
で、スピリチュアルな
spiritual unity.
で、スピリチュアルなコミュニティにおけるそのユニティ、というのは、このスピリチュアルな基本的その真理に基づかなければなりません。
But then, in order to enhance this idea, and as Prabhupada says here, to come closer to Krishna, we can practice some additional principles.
で、その会員がより親密に、近づく、ためには、ある一つの修練が必要です。
The most direct formula that I have discovered is from the Nectar of Instruction, verse 4.
で、私がネクター・オブ・インストラクションの4節から見つけ出したその基本的なその方程式を見つけました。
How many here know that verse? Dadati. Okay, you might not know it's number 4. I forgot that it's number 4. Yes, but number 4. It is number 4. But you might remember it by what it begins with. Dadati. Who knows? Dadati, Pratigrinati, Bhungte, and I can't even remember completely. Bhungte Bhojana Chaiva Sarva Priti Vidam Priti Lakshmi. Dadati, Pratigrinati, Guyam Akyam Prayachchiti. Bunjate Bojayate. Okay, so 6 things. Sadvita. Priti Lakshana. Qualities of Priti. This 50th anniversary was my second venture into anniversaries. As Radhika Raman remembers the 100th anniversary of Srila Prabhupada. So during that time, this was 1996, I was working closely with Lokanath Maharaj. He was the global minister, in fact. I think we had a ministry for the centennial. And the devotees in the global office produced a monthly or periodic Priti Lakshana was the title.
で、私がその1996年のプラッパードのセンテニアル100年祭の時にロカナタスワミと共に協力してやったことがある。それがプリティラクシャナ。
because that was actually the first purpose of the centennial.
と呼ばれるもの。それがもうその最初のセンテニアルの目的です。
Our first, we called them petals of the centennial lotus.
で、センテニアルロータスの、一つ一つのその花びら
was uniting Srila Prabhupada's family.
で、シーラ・プラパーダファミリーとして、一丸となる。
By the way, that's another element of membership in ISKCON.
で、またそのイスコンのメンバーシップとしてのまたもう一つの要素がある。
ISKCON is a family.
イスコンは家族です。
So to be a member of ISKCON means to affirm one's identity as part of a family. Brothers and sisters and uncles and aunts and fathers and mothers, a family.
で、兄弟姉妹、おじさん、おばあさん、いとこ、
Tell you
家族
our experience traveling to various centers of ISKCON, how this is working. We're experiencing. We come here and we all just naturally, we see you all as our family members. And you have so kindly have been assisting and helping us.
例えば
Like you.
私が初めて日本にここに来てもですね、皆さんが本当に親切にも家族として、迎え入れてくださっている。まさにそれです。
So these 6 loving exchanges.
で、その6つの愛情交換
Giving, receiving,
というのがあります。
offering food, sharing food, preparing and offering and receiving food.
で、その贈り物をすると、贈り物を受け取ると、でプラスアダム
Sharing our
も
minds.
プラスアダムをご馳走すると。で、プラスアダムもご馳走になると。そして、心を打ち明け合うと。
This is the glue which keeps us united.
で、これが私たちがつながる。で、そして、つながり続けるためのその接着剤となります。
It's interesting that some people who have studied communities have identified the same elements as the keys to a successful community.
で、excuse me. I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
It is very interesting that some people who have studied community have also identified these elements as the glue which keeps a community together.
で、イスコンじゃない人がですね、そのコミュニティをいかにより強くこう結びつけるのかということを研究している人がいて、その人が研究した結果、やっぱりこの6つの愛情交換というものに集約されていると言われています。
There's a book that I can share with anyone who is interested that describes this.
で、興味ある人がいたらその本を紹介します。
But the lady who wrote it, she has identified 4 primary elements of glue to keep a community nicely together for a long time.
で、女性なんですね。その女性の方ですけど、彼女はその4つの 鍵をそこで紹介しています。コミュニティが長く、つながりを持ち続けるための。
The first one is eating together.
で、一番最初は一緒に飯を食うと。
In our families, I think this is also important, isn't it?
家族にとってもそうですよね。一緒にご飯を食べるっていうのは大切なことですよね。
One of the tragedies of American life, I don't know if it is in Japan,
日本ではどうかわかんないんですけど、アメリカでのそのその富の象徴として。
in America, more and more families don't eat together.
で、それがもっともっともう近代ではアメリカでは
Not eating
家
together.
族が一緒にご飯を食べなくなってます。
They don't even cook. What to speak of? Sit down for a meal, order something, go here.
いや、ジャパン also same.
Japan is like that now.
いや、same. で、もう一緒に、でその食べないどころか、もう料理すらしないわけです。
I know, I mean, our family growing up, when I grew up, it was everyone came together for dinner. Breakfast was a little, and lunch because you're here and there, school or whatever. But we all came together for the evening meal.
で、私が育った家では、毎晩、夜はみんな家族一緒になってご飯を食べたの。
And those families that also have some ritual, saying prayers, and then eating together, they're even more strongly connected.
で、そこで同じ祈りを、お祈りを捧げてから食べる。そうするともっと一つになります。
So this second thing that this lady observed in successful communities is music, having music together.
そして、次、2番目の成功の鍵は、一緒に音楽を楽しむと言っています。
The third is storytelling.
で、3番目がストーリーテリングです。なんだろう。
Sitting around,
物語、語
hearing stories together.
り聞かせ、まあ、一緒になんか
Bhagavatam classes,
バガバタムクラスとか、その一緒にストーリーを楽しむ。
kathas. The last one is especially for communities that are living together, and
で
that、is, yeah,
最後が一番重要です。
that is the economic ties.
エコノミックは
The economic tie, that they're economically intertwined.
経済的に結びつく。
Like in an ashram. In an ashram, everyone is contributing to the ashram's finance, and everyone is receiving spiritual communism.
で、例えばアシュラムです。アシュラムはみんな、一人一人がそのアシュラムに貢献します。で、そして、その得たものをそれぞれ享受します。で、それがスピリチュアルな共産主義です。
In a broader community where the members live independently and work independently, there is still an element that needs to be enhanced to keep that community together of economic cooperation.
で、外に住んでいる人たちっていうのはそれぞれで経済的に独立しているわけですけど、それでもそれぞれそれぞれが、
We we've seen an example of this in ISKCON recently, and we've seen it often when one of our members is seriously ill and sick. Some crisis is there. Appeals are made and members from all over the world contribute to help. Isn't it? I see it all the time.
ね、まあ、いつでも見られますけど、誰かすごく病気で困った人がいたらみんなで助けますよね。
There are some religious communities who go to an even greater extent by forming businesses together.
で、まあ、大きなその宗教のコミュニティだともなんですか、一緒にそのビジネスを立ち上げてやっていく。
But at least for in our communities, a sense of mutual support and aid is needed.
で、私たちはお互いに、そうですね、相互、まあ、お互いにも助け合うと。
There is one element I would suggest, though, that we could do a lot more to improve for the sake of our communities.
で、また、I'm sorry.
And that is the Gyuyam Akyam Parichiti. Being able to share with each other very personally.
で、個々、パーソナルに分かち合う。share each other. What's share each other?
Personal sharing of our thoughts and feelings with each other.
で、自分の考えや感じていることを個人的にシェアし合う。
Without fear of judgment.
で、そこには恐れとかジャッジ、裁かれない。
And without fear of
恐れがない環境です。
loss of confidentiality.
で、恐れがあると、親密性、コンフィデンシャル、その秘密、秘密
You could say, or confidentiality.
秘密というものを、秘密厳守ですね。
This is one of the most difficult parts of Priti Lakshanam for us to achieve amongst ourselves.
でそこが一番難しいところ。
And practically, it may not be possible in large groups.
実際的には大きいグループではそれは不可能。
Therefore, we need more and more small groups.
ですから私たちはもっともっと小さいグループが必要です。
We can build our communities from the ground up on the foundation of, in this particular aspect, on the foundation of small units, 6, 10, 12, of like-minded individuals.
で、より大きなそのコミュニティを作っていくためには、たくさんの小さなグループが必要です。で、それぞれが同じようなその考え方、思考、似たようなタイプのそれぞれのグループが必要です。
I've observed this around the world in different places.
で、世界のいろんなとこ、見てきて。
To be very honest, I personally have yet to really manifest what I'm speaking of in my own life, though I aspire for it. I have from time to time, but I moved around too much.
で、私にはそういう場所が実際には正直言って、ありません。なんでかというと、いろんなところ動き回りすぎてきました。
We lived, my wife and I lived for some time in Alachua,
で、
Alachua, Florida.
で、フロリダのアラチュア
You've
に
heard of Alachua? You've heard of Alachua. Have you heard of Alachua? Alachua is probably the largest community of devotees, Vaishnavas, ISKCON devotees, I should say, or at least we should say Prabhupada followers, because not all of Srila Prabhupada's followers want to be part of ISKCON.
で、そのフロリダ、アラチュアのコミュニティがですね、おそらく、世界で一番大きい、イスコンのコミュニティではないかと思います。
So when we were there, we participated in a Friday night kirtan of a small group of us. We would come together every Friday night just for kirtan.
で、そこで金曜日の夜のキルタンに参加しました。
But there were other groups. There was one men's group. They had been coming together weekly for 20 years.
で、他のグループがあって、その人たちは20年前なんかレギュラーに来続けていた。
And I know many of the members of that group.
で、その中のメンバーの多くを私は知ってる人。
And they had all developed a very strong bonds with each other.
で、それぞれが非常に強く親密にその絆を結んでいっています。
And because they all had this strong foundation, they were all also very major contributors to the broader community.
で、さらにみんな非常に何ですか、長年、
So I
築いてきて、そこで、
don't have too much time,
で、
and I
その
wanted
グ
to
ルー
leave
プ
some
は、
time for questions and discussion.
で、そ
But
の
these are the elements. I think did we title this Keys to Successful Devotional Community, something like that.
で、その人たちがより大きなコミュニティをサポート、一番大きくサポートしている。
So Nectar of Instruction gives us the basic keys. And I would suggest that this one element of small group, if you can think about that, how that could be implemented, I think you'll find somehow that this will help to strengthen your connection as a community and make it more possible for the Guyam Akyam preached. Because once you're in a small group and you get to know each other after some time, then trust develops and you can share more readily.
で、小さなグループを、で、そこで親密に結びつけ合う。
So I look forward to sharing our success. We're in New York. We're both going back to New York. And that's one of my personal goals, while I'm there is to try to help that community in establishing these type of small groups.
で、私たちは、そのニューヨークに行ってですね、そういう小さなグループのコミュニティを作っていきたいと、そう考えている。
We'll let you know how it goes. So, I think we can go for another 10 minutes. Or, well, let's go for at least 10 more minutes. And let's open it up to questions, comments, realizations,
何か
thoughts.
何か質問ありますでしょうか？
I hope this was of some value. At least you all are now secure that you're all members of ISKCON.
Prabhuji, can I ask a
I hope.
question?
Yes.
Prabhuji, unfortunately in Japan, most of us live very far away from each other. So
Yes.
how do we start to break the ground? What should we start with to become a more closer community?
I have suggestions. I can't say that I have a formula for you.
で、質問ですけど、私たちはちょっと結構、なんか距離がある。
But I have, and this is something I have seen, but only rarely. But where I've seen it, it works. And that is someone in your community, even in one person in the whole country, makes it their mission to make stronger community. At least one person, maybe a group.
で、少なくとも一人、そのコミュニティを作るためのリーダーが必要です。
And the first step
第一歩は、
I suggest is to find out who you are.
Who you are.
Is everyone in some sort of a database with their name, their contact details, their birth date, so that you can wish them a happy birthday? Is everyone connected? Everyone knowing about what's going on? I would say that's the first step, if it's not already there.
そのデータベースでみんなの誕生日を調べる。その共有するっていうこと。
It is interesting that in 1975, no, 76, no, 75, 1975.
で、1975年に、
If you look at the GBC resolutions for 1975, the first year of recorded GBC meeting resolutions during Srila Prabhupada's presence, first year. There were meetings prior to that, but we don't have any record of minutes.
で、最初にプラパーダがご存命、プラパーダが参加されたその GBC レゾリューションのそのミーティング。
One of the resolutions says,
レゾリューションってなんだっけ？レゾリューション。なんだっけ？決定事項だっけ？
that there should be a card. This is before we had computers. There should be a card for every devotee.
で、一人一人ディボティがその名刺を持っているべき。
with their name, legal name, date of birth, contact, whatever former, everyone was living in temples then. So, but some information. And it was, this resolution says it's the responsibility of the GBC members to keep contact. And if someone goes, at least try to bring them back. So that I would say is the first thing.
で、最初の、なんか、名刺、なんだ。
Although we all agreed here that we are members of ISKCON.
で、メンバー、イスコンのメンバーに同意した人みんな。
But in ISKCON, there are circles of membership as well.
で、メンバーシップとしてのそのサークルがあって。
There is the general membership.
で、まあ一般のメンバーシップと。
And then there is the more and more dedicated membership.
で、もっともっとこう、なんだろう、捧げ、なんていうの。
So dedication is expressed through our chanting,
ちょうどなんか、
regular chanting, 1 round, 4 round, 8 round, 16 rounds. Dedication. Regulative principles.
こんな感じかな。
Oh, what is this?
I
Like a
made,
picture.
I made before. Some kind of maybe.
Yeah, Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya. This is another thing.
Yeah,
Yes, there are different levels. And you may or may not define those. I think it can be helpful, though most communities haven't done this. They haven't defined different initiated and not initiated, but that doesn't necessarily mean so much. Someone can be initiated, but not practicing. Someone can be practicing fully, but not initiated. So initiation is not necessarily, although it's important, and we should have a, I'm sorry, you have to translate.
Yes, yes. で、この、どんどんこうコアな、もっともっとこのコミュニティに自分が、その貢献度のね、度合いがこうもっと大きくなっていく。で、その大きいサークルからより小さいサークル、よりコアなリボートになっていくっていうわけですけど、で、そこでの指針が何もその入門、を受けてるからとかっていう、そこは基準にならなくていいと。なんでかっていうと、入門を受けていてもそんなに奉仕しない人もいるし、入門を受けていなくても、受けなくても、すごくコミュニティにガンガン貢献する、奉仕するっていう、そういう人もいるからです。
And for those who are living in different areas where there are not so many other devotees, we have virtual environments, we have Zoom, we have this, that. We can still, it's not as good, but we can still have some community in that way. I don't know if that's a sign.
で、まあ、今ね、その時代が変わって、こうね、Zoom とかでね、こう、いろんなものに参加できるようになったので、実際に来て何かするとかっていう形だけで、奉仕とかね、その貢献するのではなくて、ね、まあ、
So those are my suggestions. Number one, make a plan, have a group that plans how are we going to build community. And that includes caring for the members.
で、まずそのメンバー、その
Take the devotee care course.
デボティケアをっていうのはもちろん必要なんですけど、
Have a good database system
で、
and
デ
communication
ー
system.
タシステムを使って、会員
And utilize virtual systems for those who are unable to come together physically.
でメンバーシップを立ち上げて、こう、ね、実際に、みんながこう貢献できる、参加できるっていう、そういうものを、そういうシステムを
So
作る。
any other questions or yes?
I have just a short
Or
realization, but,
realizations
sorry,
also.
But the pretty optional you was mentioning in the beginning, that the centennial, the design was a lotus.
Yes.
And in translation, pretty optional actually means symptoms of love.
Yes.
That we're supposed to and then metaphorically
Yeah.
become part of the love of Krishna
Yeah.
together.
Yes.
And so that's one thing I kind of kept in my mind. It's really beautiful. And my question to you is about the growing virtual environment for our healing process, which becomes also growing a comfort zone for the devotees to stay away from each other and healing from distance. Which I see that when we sit in a room together, we experiencing things on emotional proximity, and the purification is way more intense, and the realization is more intense by feeling the other devotees or other personality or individual close to us.
Yeah.
And hearing also from speaker, it's way more, there's more impact on us to respect that message or to adopt it internally. And I see that it became like a handicap that we're gradually losing interest in that process of hearing, like together in human, together in the room. And that the internet provides that comfort zone very much. And also in a society, when we exchange together, the purification is also more intense, more the impact of the purification by having to exchange within each other together. On the internet as being deleted or being diluted. So what are the boundaries? How we can take advantage of the internet in an intelligent way, but provide for ourselves the security to always respect the importance to have that emotional proximity and getting together in rooms for future sake.
Very good question.
ラディカさんの質問としては、今ほら、オンラインで参加できたりするじゃないですか。そうすると、それはそれで広くね、
I mean, you have only two options.
で、いろんなところから参加できるんですけど、でもそこにはその関係がやっぱ薄い。で、実際にね、同じ部屋で物理的に時間と空間を共有するっていうことで、生まれるその親密さということ、そういうのを、だから遠ざかってしまうと。でも同時にそういうやっぱすごく近づくといろいろやっぱりそこではいろんな問題がね、人間関係の圧力ができてですね。で、そうすると、なんかやっぱオンラインとかだと、コンフォートゾーン、安全、安心、お気楽なそのゾーンを保ちながら関わっていけると。 で、実際に、対面で近づくと、そこにはやっぱり、このコンフォートゾーンっていうのを超えて、いろんな問題に直面して、でもそこを超えないと本当に親密になれるんだかなっていうのがあって、その辺の快適なゾーンっていうのと、そのチャレンジゾーンみたいな、この辺をどういうバランスっていうか、取ったら良いんでしょうかっていうような、そういう質問ですね。とてもいい質問。
I don't know when you finish the translation, but I think you're finished. First of all, there are two scenarios. One is where there is actual difficulty to get together physically.
で、実際、対面で、対峙するっていうのは、それはすごくチャレンジ。
And for those devotees for whom there is true difficulty, distance, time, then the virtual environment is a great benefit.
No.
で、距離、物理的に遠く離れていることですごく難しさを感じる人にとっては、実際的に対面で会うっていうのは助けになることでしょう。
But I think what you're referring to are devotees who find it easier and thus they don't make the effort to come together physically and they lose out that opportunity. Is that right?
Well, the phenomenon go with the pandemic.
Well, that was a requirement. We had to.
Now the question is that we can find ways to, want to be together again.
Yes, that was what I was going to say, because you have only two options. One option is to require, say, well, we're not going to be online. You want it, you got to come. That's one option. And the other option is, it's going to be so great if you come. And if you don't, this is what you're going to miss out on. You're going to miss out on the prashad. You're going to miss out on the kirtan. You're going to miss out on this and this and this. And then just make it attractive. But also, it also means that to have more, to make it easier, which means not everything here, perhaps. There are programs, if people are living in a particular area, or like our Friday night kirtan in Alachua, we shifted, okay, one night, one family would host the kirtan, then the next week another family, and the next week another family. So in that way, it was a new thing also, like each time was a little new. And it was also, the burden was not on any one person. I'm sorry, you have to translate.
実際のやっぱ対面っていうのは、そこには対面でしか得られない恵みっていうのがあります。で、まずその対面でしか得られない恵み、まずプラサーダムを食べれると。で、そこに来ないと食べれないと。で、キルタンもそうです。キルタンも実際に、対面で同じ空間場を共有しないとできないわけです。そういうアドバンテージがあります。でも、同時にそのオンラインというのは、より簡単に参加できる、参加しやすいっていうのがあります。そのアドバンテージがあります。ですから、一長一短、両方いいとこもあるし、両方 ね、プラスマイナスがどっちにもあるわけです。で、なんかアラチュアの話してたんですけど、そのアラチュアでは金曜日の夜のキルタンっていうのをその持ち回りでやってると。で、今週はこの人のうちでやると。で、キルタンやって、そこでプラスあるとかね、あるわけですけど、で、次の週は誰かさんち、その次の週は誰かさんちっていうと、持ち回り式でやると、特定の人にこうね、負担が、特定の人だけに負担がかからずに済むっていうのがあります。
So now it is already about 10 to 9. So perhaps we will wind up a little. But just to add one more thing to that
で、最後に一つ言いたいんですけど。
is that to have more physical programs in different locations. Make it easier.
で、いろんなところでそれぞれのプログラムをやった方がいい。
Okay. Speaking of physical programs, tomorrow is not Ram Navami. So we are going to have many programs here.
で、明日はラーマノーミンで。
You find out about Harinam? Any Harinam? Oh, that would be a nice. That's another wonderful way to get together. Is on Harinam.
で、ハリナマも一緒にね、できる。
So what do you think?
素晴らしいもので。どうでしょうか。
Possible? Tomorrow, Harinam.
明日、ハリナマ可能でしょうかっていう。We planning the day after tomorrow in the Kamakura when you come to.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's, anyhow, different ways. Harinam, festivals. We just plan like this.
明日は明日で東京でね、プラン、企画してもらってどうぞやってください。僕は行けませんけど。
One more thing that helps we are doing in Mayapur is pilgrimages together.
で、マヤプールで、もう一つ稽古をやると、一緒にその聖地巡礼することで。
Retreats.
合宿。
These are helpful.
で、それは助けになるでしょう。
Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
ありがとうございました。
Jai Jai Govinda. Yeah. I'll be there.
Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Pancaratna Prabhu ki jai.
Haribol.
Shri Radha Govinda ki jai.
Would you give a short example?
Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Srimate Bhakti